what's up guys? My name's Izzy and I drive a 1993 Honda Civic hatchback. So I was about 13 years old and my brother had just turned 18. So he got his first car, and his first car was a EJ Coupe, an EJ1. And you know, me being the younger brother, I always wanted to be around my older brother and hang out with his car friends and stuff like that. And he just kind of started going through all these different cars, and one time he got an EG, and that's pretty much it. And you know, I've always wanted an EG hatch since then. And then I came across this 4 years ago. I paid $500 for this car, and as you would expect, it had $500 car problems. And yeah, it's, you know, pretty much my dream build as you see it. The most recent thing that I've done is I had the header, the intake manifold Cerakoted. I had my intake arm and my fuel rail powder coated in mag blue. That's the latest thing that I've done, but in, you know, I guess in the big picture, I've done an H2B engine swap. I'm using a F20B, which is pretty much like an H22. It's just a 2-liter instead of a 2.2. And it's paired up to an Integra Type R 4.7 transmission. I've got Willwood brakes. I got Buddy Club N+ damper suspension, Recaro seats, charge speed fenders, charge speed lip, VIS carbon fiber hood. I've got a Live Sport rear spoiler. I've got a Cybon carbon fiber trunk, Function 7 rear LCAs and subframe brace, 949 wheels. Pretty much how you see the car is what I wanted from the beginning when I got it. Next thing that I want to do is just work on the interior. I have gray interior, and I want to change out some of the fabric in there to Alcantara, maybe like a gray and black stitching, and just clean up the interior some more. But pretty simple car, nothing crazy. The engine is a stock 2-liter. It still has balance shafts. It, you know, I haven't opened it up or anything like that, and it's a stock Type R transmission. One thing that I did do that I really like about the engine setup is the RBC intake manifold that I did. So that's off of a K series. So my favorite part of my car is there's a couple things, and it's really kind of all ties it together into itself. But really, the front end, the wider fenders, and you know, the front end with the charge speed lip and the charge speed fenders, I just, you know, I have to keep staring at it every time I park the car. The rear end, I've got that Live Sport wing and with the carbon fiber trunk, and I just think it flows really good. And my favorite part of the interior would be my steering wheel setup. I've always wanted a Nardi deep corn steering wheel, and a couple years ago my girlfriend got me that for my birthday. And I've also wanted the Worksbell tilt hub, and I just could never afford it, but you know, I was able to finally afford it, and you know, I forked out like $400 or $500 for that tilt hub. So I've had the car for 4 years, going on 5, and it pretty much took all 4 years to get the car to this point. It didn't happen overnight. It definitely took a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of long nights, busting 13-14 hour work days. You know, right now I work 2 jobs, so I go from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then from 4:30 p.m. I work until like 9 p.m. And that's just to fund like the extra stuff to go into the car. You know, there's more plans that I want to do with the car, and there's more things that I want to do with the car. Like I want to race it more often. I want to go road racing. I want to start to explore that. I currently just drag race the car, but before we start getting into that, yeah, it took a lot of time. It took a lot of money to pretty much put this car together as you see it, and it's not even done. There's still more things that I want to do, and it's like the smaller details. But yeah, the body work on the car, I did it all myself. And you know, I also have a YouTube channel, and shameless plug. But yeah, I also have a YouTube channel, and I pretty much started it just to reference back to, you know, how the car was and what it is now. So sometimes I do look back on my YouTube channel and on my old videos, and you know, I see myself sanding down the car in 103-degree weather, you know, because we live out here in California and the summers are super hot. But you know, it took a lot of effort, and it took a lot of time, and a lot of patience too. something like this, unless you have a lot of money, you're not going to be able to get it done quick. I think the best advice that I could give is if you're gonna go buy one, expect to have issues. These are almost 30-year-old cars, and they're not gonna be in the best shape. So if you want an EG hatch, just be prepared to have issues with it, and you know, just be willing to work through it all. No car is perfect as soon as you buy it or anything like that, and even when you get to a point like this, the car's still not perfect. There's still, you know, things that I can improve on and stuff like that. But just even, you know, any advice with building in general, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be an EG, just do what you want. But whatever that is, just try to do it as best as you can. I know it's kind of difficult doing things and not knowing where to start, and you know, some of us aren't fortunate enough to pay a shop to do things, but don't be afraid to learn, don't be afraid to get dirty, and don't be afraid to stay up late and, you know, just learning and wrenching and, you know, all that stuff, because at the end of the day it pays off. Like I mentioned earlier, I've had this car for 4 years, and you know, there's been so many arguments with my girlfriend because, you know, I'm up late at night with my friends working on this car, but you know, it's all worth it at the end. Every time I jump in this car, like, it's just a stress reliever, and I got this big old smile on my face, and I just love driving this car. Sometimes you may feel like you want to give up, and you know, you're never going to see the end of the tunnel, but there is, you know, as long as you keep pushing forward, you know, you can reach results like this. And I'm not saying that this car is anything special or anything, but you know, you can definitely get to this level, if not further, and I hope you guys can get further than this, because you know, this is pretty much just starting, you know, starting an actual build for me. I don't think the previous years that I've had it really counted, because, you know, it just, I wouldn't really count that. I think the build actually starts now, where I'm starting to get into all the smaller details and stuff. But as far as advice goes, yeah, that's what I got to give. Thank you, ABC Garage, for having me on the channel. I really appreciate you having interest in my car, even though I don't think it's anything special. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to check out my YouTube channel, I'll have them put it in the description below. If you want to check out my Instagram at izzystillydgn. Yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate the support.